the US election. You're suggesting that you're worried about it. Tell us why.
I know, to be honest and to be very frank, there is in Europe some anxiety about what can happen in the United States because President Trump, of course we respect him as former president of the United States, but he has taken positions that are somehow ambiguous regarding the issue of Russia and Ukraine. He has expressed several times a great deal of sympathy towards Putin, which frankly we don't understand, as a strong, praising Putin as a strong leader and things like that, when in fact there is now aggression against a sovereign country. So that is a matter of concern for the Ukrainians themselves, but also for us overall in Europe. But let's see, at least it's not us who elect the President of the United States. The President of the United States is going to be elected by the Americans, and I'm sure the Europeans will. We have a great respect for the United States, our biggest ally and a very close friend. So whoever wins, we will try to work constructively with the United States President.
Naturally, but just to clarify on this point, is the EU, in the wake of these elections, ready to deal with a potential Trump presidency?
Very good question, indeed. I think Europeans are preparing for that, exactly. That comes to the first question, or one of the first questions you put, about so-called protection, supply chains, resilience. Yes. It's not just the European Union is facing a much more aggressive Russia, a much more assertive China. It's also we are facing a much more unpredictable United States of America. This is the reality. The United States of America is our biggest ally. Most of the European Union countries, almost all, are members of NATO. Most members of NATO are members of the European Union, so we are indeed very close to the United States in geopolitical terms and also in trade and investment terms. But today there are some doubts about which way the United States can go. And that's why this is translated in some, let's say, anxiety, if I can put it that way.
So there's maybe a bit of an unease in Brussels at this stage.
Unease, yes. But, you know, now I'm going to say something a little bit provocative. Paradoxically, that can be good from a European Union point of view. Because it was when President Trump took the decision to leave the Paris Climate Agreement that Angela Merkel, the former Chancellor of Germany, who is a very cautious and prudent person, said, maybe it is time for us Europeans to take our future in our own hands. Maybe we can no longer rely on others as we have been used to. More or less, she said this. And this is happening. This is happening also in the field of defense. By the way, from that point of view, I think Trump was right when he said Europeans should spend more on defense. And that is happening now in terms of a more, let's say, self-awareness of the position the European Union is in. And so if I wanted to be a little bit provocative, I would say that Putin with his aggression and Donald Trump with some ambiguities are contributing, in fact, to more integration in Europe.